AKAPADers, welcome to the gimmicks of old. I wish they did more of this stuff. This is Project X, Kitchen Sink Press, Kevin Eastman and Simon Bisley. And this sucker is sealed. And here it is, right? I don't know what's inside. This is one of the few dark spots in my comic book knowledge. We're going to explore this together. We're going to crack it open. And then I'm going to go read it.
Back to life, she's becoming more aware. So we get the brain, and out of the stem of the brain, we get this big Johnson, this big D-I-C-K forming from his brain, waking him up.
And here we go, guys. Quick note before we hit that drawing table. Chairs, let me just grab my sippy sip. It is Monday morning. So we're going to be marching towards 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. drops. They will be comic book reviews, insights, commentary, that sort of thing. And then if I'm tracking any type of news story or anything happening within the world of comics or pop culture, those videos will drop later. Now, this week, April 1st, is the beginning of me regularly live streaming almost every single night. Starting tonight, we will be doing Monday night Draw and Claw. Now, that's normally where I would drink a White Claw or many White Claws and hang out and just, you know, do things at the drawing board with all of you with no specific project, just kind of going through the motions and getting things done. Well, we're not really doing a lot of alcohol anymore. So, but I like the name of the show. I think I have a cool intro. Hopefully I will see you there. So, let's hit that drawing table. We have so many updates, so much momentum happening on this channel. So many of you that have recently found me. You guys, no joke. I'm just like flattered. Like every new subscriber, every new comment, every one of you that pops into the chat when I'm live streaming, I'm just so flattered and grateful, and I love you guys, and I love your opinions, even if you know, you think I'm a loon, even if you disagree with me. So let's hit that drawing table. We're cracking open for the first time because I don't know what's in here. Here we go. Project X. Let's go.
And there she is. All right, let's get some of this stuff cleaned up. This is all from one of my most recent live streams. I've just been doing the unknown or disliked G.I. Joes, and this is DJ from G.I. Joe Battle Force 2000. We just did that a couple nights ago. Last week too was a slow rollout with the live streams because I wasn't sure if I was going to get a lot of loonies popping in. Which I didn't. I guess people are keyboard warriors, in fact. So this is, I want to say, I'm not 100%. I didn't look up any of the dates, and I should have. Kitchen Sink Press. Kevin Eastman uses his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle company. He gets Kitchen Sink Press going, and essentially is the worst businessman ever in comics. We even look at things that happen with Malibu, Cross-Gen Entertainment, even Dreamwave Productions, and they were all better managed than Kitchen Sink Press, Chaos Comics too. Kevin Eastman does not have a good business mind. And keep in mind, like, Eastman did sell his stake in the Turtles to Peter Laird. So this guy doesn't even own the Turtles anymore. He's kept on projects just as like a courtesy. We have Simon Bisley. So year-wise, I would say this might be 95, maybe even 96, right? We're in the later 90s. And Simon Bisley came onto the scene in the early 90s, maybe even 91, for that original DC Comics Lobo series, which is in fact the greatest character reboot or update in comic book history. The work that Simon Bisley did with Lobo, it's the GOAT. I hate to say, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find. Oh, this is taped down. Didn't even realize that. This is good. This is what I was looking for. Yeah, so I don't like maybe so speaking of Chaos Comics did a run of books very similar in the late 90s where they had these like oh, it's open. Okay, well, it's open. Thumpin' Cuts, issue 1. Well, that's cool. And we get nothing in there. Okay. It's just so I would assume that pre-marked up. I would assume that because this sucker is bagged. And I've seen this cover a million times. This is a internet darling. This has been circulated on every single social media network. I would assume that this book, though, is violent and it has nudity. Those are things that we like here. And we have a guy shooting a plasma beam from his hand. I like that. I guess this looks like this dude right here, just by the colors and the hair. Okay. We have a blank black page. I'm not saying I'm crazy for it. I do like the idea that, look at the negative space here. You know, the creature reaching up with his hand. Okay. But let's just do a quick flip through, and then we're going to sit down and read. Here we go. We have a babe with suntan oil. I love it when Bisley does packed panels. He did a lot of this in that Lobo series. And trust me, guys, we will be doing that Lobo series. The coloring here, too, is pretty effing sweet. Look at the veins and stuff. Wake Up Dead. So, okay. This is some of the stuff I like. When we're introducing a body of new characters, I love it when we do these pages and we just tag who everyone is. Detonate, Stab, Megadead, Vito. They don't do that anymore, and I don't know why. Alright, so we're just getting a story. Not violent. Not overly sexual. We kind of would think this would be in the vein of heavy metal to some degree. But it just looks like it's a monster story. It's a monster fest. Alright, let's read it. Alright, Padders. My AKA Padders. A lot's transpired since I cracked this baby right open. So here, we're going to cut away real quick. I found another YouTuber. Link in full video down below. It looks like that this had a trading card and there was a poster. Somewhat of a additional added value because we can see, look, it's a $2.95 price tag, pre-marked up. They marked it up to $5 buckaroos. So, you know, $2 of value of extra product, maybe not. So this was, I guess, my buddy that bought this for me. He got this from a back issue, and maybe he found it like this, and then just didn't realize it was previously opened. You saw me kind of discover that in real time. With all of that, we have also experimented. We're using this video to experiment with what I call my true format. This is something I've been chipping away at quite some time. I know some of you in the comments have identified we might need a format change to this channel. But I want to get into the story here, and we're going to get to the back. Thump and Guts. Steve Levine, right? Lettering colors. This is a great 1-2 combo. I think the colors for this are fantastic outside of the opening page, but I really kind of want to get into the end. So our boy in the front here, on the front page, I believe his name is Mental Head. We cannot be here as Mental Head could not. Enough talk, everyone find out a piece. Our destiny awaits. And he's not dead. He's coming back, the end. But he basically gets nuked. Alright, and he gets nuked by these, you guys saw like earlier. We will get into these guys. He gets nuked by Vito, Stab, Detonate, and Megahead. Megahead over here. We gotta show off Metal Megahead's design because it is crazy and bizarre. You get so a lot of this is almost like a Julie Strain design here because I mean look at the it's so ridiculous, but the head's almost like a camera. It's like a camera, but it's like a robot dude. It's just bizarre. It's wild. It's everything you would expect. And the other note is this is also almost like a Julie Strain Heavy Metal 2000 design that this guy is wearing. So when he comes back to life, he's literally wearing Julie Strain's outfit. So he comes back to life.
Yeah, so before we get any further within Project X, I just want to bring you guys up to speed on my experience with Kevin Eastman and Simon Bisley. I was young when I discovered the heavy metal movie on Cinemax. Same summer, I also, here we go, right? If you guys want to know Peter A. DeLuca's psychology, I discovered the heavy metal animated movie and Clockwork Orange the same summer, and both equally blew my mind. But it drove me in a direction and this larger idea. Also, Ralph Bakski's Wizards that I accidentally rented from the video store helped with this idea that the comic book form could be mature, could be ready to go, and could be targeted towards adults, but also appeal to a growing, fostering teenage mind. So Heavy Metal 2000 gets announced, and we have Julie Strain, Kevin Eastman's hot wife, penthouse playmate, whatever they were called. But Julie Strain did nothing but sell magazine covers because she was giant and beautiful, and R.I.P. to Julie Strain. She was always one of my favorites. But we get this babe, and we get Simon Bisley, and we get Kevin Eastman, and we get this push, and we get action figures announced, statues, the images, the paintings of Simon Bisley, the costume design of Julie Strain. It was all systems go. This is going to be amazing. And I remember buying the DVD of Heavy Metal 2000 when it came out, inviting one of my far cooler high school friends over, flattered, flabbergasted that the dude actually took the invite. He comes over, and we watched the first Heavy Metal, and then it's time for Heavy Metal 2. And at that point, we just stopped watching it, and we had a very similar experience, I believe, with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, Turtles in Time, where we went for that movie. I also was able to convince him of that when we first actually started becoming friends, and he and I bailed and just went to the local mall to try and talk to some girls. So with Heavy Metal 2000, we stopped the DVD. We just got up and went down the street and just started knocking on doors and got into other trouble, most likely leading into stealing alcohol from friends' parents' liquor cabinets. We weren't great kids, but we're exploring the world, and gotta find some trouble in South Jersey. And when we consider everything and all the promises of Heavy Metal 2000, I go right back to Project X right now. This book, the idea of it, the way it was packaged, that it was sealed, it was polybagged, it was, pretty much, like inhibited, and there's a lot of draw in the things that we're not allowed to see, and I think this book, just the polybag alone was intending to trigger that, and it did for me, because I was hoping for true adult content. I was hoping for things I would have to blur out for YouTube, and we get one airy Volo, of the Boobala, and come on, what are we doing? And Heavy Metal 2000 not being all in on violence, not being all in on boobies, not being all in on butt shots, takes away from our emotional connection to heavy metal, because I would, in the local mall, they had Heavy Metal in our local Walden books, right next to Penthouse Playboy, Playboy letters, the Playboy College edition. I believe that even like Hustler was up there. Some Walden books had like a full porno section, and you had to kind of like reach up high to try and grab them. But Heavy Metal was in that pile, or like in, you know, like in that range, because they kept it away from anyone that could accidentally pick it up, and it was 18 plus. Every time I bought heavy metal and went up to the counter, I sweated. I got nervous because I didn't want to get shut down, but I wanted that magazine. And me experiencing heavy metal as a young male helped me develop what the mature ideas were of comic books at the time. The comic books as an overall expression. I don't want to say art form, expression. And this Project X did nothing but, you know, bring back that horrible memory of Heavy Metal 2000, and maybe what could have been my first tracked disappointment in geekdom. I wanted Heavy Metal 2000 so eager, like so bad. I just wanted that to be this other thing, because it would be great for Kevin Eastman to launchpad something of his creation outside of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because I always viewed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as, you know, somewhat of a gimmick product, especially when that cartoon series hit the stratosphere. I always rooted for Kevin Eastman to create something, you know, with someone else, not Peter Laird, that really hit the comic book lexicon the way I knew he could. He never quite got there, which is, you know, again, it's one of the hubris sagas of all, you know, of all comicdom. It's not just independent comics, but Kevin Eastman never turned that key again.
So with him coming back to life, here we go. Yeah, so with him coming back to life, we're going to jump right into the splash page.
We're opening with a splash page that could be Simon Bisley's absolute worst spread in his entire career. There's no separation, no negative space, no silhouette, no coloring notes, no coloring to help us discern what exactly we are looking at, how, what, where, when, and why. And dare I say, we need more captions to describe to us exactly what the setting is for this wonderful saga, for this wonderful tale of Project X. As I'm speaking to you, look at this spread page. What can you decipher? I looked at it for quite some time, so much so I'm doing I'm doing additional recording to try and be clear on it, because I thought I was wrong. Help me out, guys.
This is our introduction, and we don't get captions, we don't get any descriptor. We get one day in the year 2231 and a half on the hustling, bustling, peaceful little planet known as Earth. Everything was just peachy, or was it? So I'm not sure what this is, because it just looks like a hand with a gun. We have a flying robot with NY maybe on its butt. We got some other robots here that are just like shooting in and out of the frame. We have a hovering vessel here. Looking at this a little bit, I guess this is a city. It could be a city. I thought for a while, and AKAPAD, so I'm not joking, I looked at this for a little bit. You know, like I thought we were, like there was a character here. But we don't have enough negative space. We don't have enough separation. And coloring wise, this is the only failure of the coloring. The coloring is not helping at all. But I do like the loose brush strokes here. Like the kind of like the fill strokes. Very cool. So we get these business guys, and what they're doing, we're going to go back and forth. They're drilling deep. That's what she said. They're drilling deep. They bust a crevice and they open up, you know, that basically you can kind of say maybe a portal from hell. Now, everything I'm saying, the way I'm explaining it, it's because I went through this about 4 to 5 times throughout my morning to gather it, okay? But yeah, we have this babe here. I could do this all day. I love Nantucket in the summer, so peaceful, and we kind of see, I guess this is supposed to be like an oil, or maybe like the part of the entity that's breaking from the earth, but you know, he breaks right through. And then we get this like mother, and she's washing dishes with the kids, and they get disturbed. Okay, so everyone's getting disturbed, and we get pages like this that are just absolute expressions. When you're reading this page to page, okay, it's really tough to follow. But we get some great character and creature designs, great use of black. And I'm free at last. Ha 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 ha. The Julie Strain Heavy Metal 2000 uniform. That's like an inside deep cut joke. And we get the brain dick that we previewed. And so a little bit of some of this is the idea of what the sequencing is. And how are we layering our revelations? So we kind of get him breaking out of his prison due to the drilling, like the underwater drilling, right? Because I guess like we have fish here. We have these guys also speeding along. I love speed. What a great way to die. And they just, I don't know, they vanish. So he comes from this hole, and I get it. Like, he's supposed to be, as he's making his way through the hole at the bottom of the ocean, like these creatures are kind of like awakening. But these two panels are way too close alike. And you can say all you want. You can say, Pete, what are we doing? Well, this panel here, okay? Like, this panel right here really should be, it should be like a close-up, okay? Like, we should get him and the growl, okay? Like, this should be a close-up panel, okay? Because, again, like, we want to use the 2 pages as a spread, a little bit of a animatic. So we can do far away and then close up, and then you get the bang when you turn the page, you get this. But this is also confusing because the top of this panel here kind of should be mixed in with some of this. So like as he's like reforming and gaining like consciousness, other creatures are awakening, but we get things differently out of sequence because we see here he's breaking out into the graveyard, but he's already here, right? So he's already like making his way out of the tunnel, and these creatures are awakening. It's just you kind of want to say that the top of this page should be here because he's reforming as he's becoming more aware, and then he when he breaks free, he awakens everything else, right? That kind of flows. This is still a little bit of an issue because we kind of would just want like him kind of, I hate to say it, like kind of, should we get into like Doomsday? Like he should be in a Doomsday pose. Like it should be something like that, okay? This is confusing. But yeah, he breaks free, gets breaks out of the world, and then we kind of see him getting nuked by this astral body. We've been here for eons, from generation to generation, waiting for the fateful day to be called to duty. So like his presence awakens these other forms around Earth. So he's on Earth, and again we get this. This is like the best page of the entire book because look at the arm, the hand, how it just becomes a panel here, and I love this along the border. But this is a great page, and it shows off the character well because there's some bikers. Right, so it says lick my, and boom, the guy gets ripped, gets a spike through the head. He is gone. This is also, guys, so like these two here, great two panels. I love just the exaggeration of this, of just, it doesn't make any sense, it shouldn't work, but Bisley makes the foreshortening here works so freaking much. But yeah, and then we get some nice images. We just get Wake Up Dead, and you kind of want to say some of this is maybe like Eastman and Bisley, maybe their collaboration might have been like, hey, I have these like images, I have a stack of something, I've been drawing this guy, and he's like rides his bike like this, and we have Wake Up Dead, which is a t-shirt. That's a cool thing to say. What can we do? And you kind of maybe see there's like this back and forth, and you do want to question what comes first, like the idea, hey, let's get together, we're going to work on this is what I think you should draw, we're going to show it off, it's going to be this type of story. I really do feel like there's like a sandwich in there, and that's part of the reason why this is confusing, because all of a sudden this guy's like loose on the world, and we get this meanwhile, hundreds of miles away in the nation's capital, a strange force draws four beings together. Like, what's the force? Like, what are we doing? Detonate, stab, veto, mega dead, not mega head, mega dead. And so this dude, the guy that shot out into space, shoots up into space. He gets thrown out of space by this guy, the purple dude, and then he falls to Earth. And great panel here though, just him like impressed, embedded on soil. It's just awesome. But yeah, he comes up, Fowler, now I'm pissed, I forgot about you. So I don't know, it's a father-son thing. This universe is Fantastic Four kind of. They're talking, and it's a flame here. Okay, we are forever guided by your eternal light. We pray to honor you by success or by death. So they're praying to this. If you ever went camping, this is a lot of the little fire lights that you get when you need to make a quick fire. So we get they fly off, and now he's in the city. Nice Corvette here, by the way. But this is like a lot of the stuff we want from Bisley. Like, we kind of just want these sound effects, and we want him drawing. Like, it's hard to see because of the coloring, but there's like a whole highway here. Very like comics with an X. Very like Roger Crumb. We get a little bit of an animatic. This dude barrels off, but we get one of them that comes up from the soil, and now we get confused because like there's one of them or there's two of them. I'm still not 100% on. He shoots off, and the skull guy's already here, but the skull guy awakens, so maybe they are separate. Like, again, I'm just realizing that now. So we get time to raise some hell, and the guy that was in space, that came from the hole, that gets thrown back down to Earth, starts wreaking havoc. His father, or the guy that didn't like him, he's in space. Maybe there's a satellite. Corvette again, nice, and then he throws a Corvette at the heroes, and the heroes essentially take him down. They take him down. I mean, I love this. Like, just a pose for everyone, especially the girl here. Like, she's just like flipping. Really cool stuff. Again, for her, what's her name? Oh, I forget her. Vito. Like, Vito again. But then we get the guy from space is there. So there's 5 of them, and he kind of lays, he lays them all down. And we get our back image cover here. So then he nukes the one dude, and the metalhead guy gets the guy that came to life, that got resurrected. Just like spikes him right through his chest. And I don't remember you having a second choice. Kill, 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 kill. So they all kind of rally, and they kill the guy that came up from the hole, from the drilling, and the purple dude. It's over. We've destroyed the beast. What now, Stab? You know, we've always known, as Father instructed us, moment of calling. We cannot be here as mental head could not. Enough talk, everyone find a peace. Our destiny awaits. So, and then they bury mental head, right? Or is the guy's name mental head? I don't know. I just know this image circulated a hell of a lot. I believe this may have even got a statue, but I think the statue's face is more of this guy's face. So I may have to look that up. And the other point I want to get at, so like when we open our stories, like with something like this, like really what we need, okay? Like if you have your page, and let's just say, you know, like let's just split that in two, right? Let's just say like we know we're opening our book like this. Like you may want to design, if it's a city we're looking at, okay, and we got like flying ships here, okay, like we may want one or two other establishing shots, like a good silhouette of the city here, and maybe like a close-up of some of the buildings, okay, to really sell the idea. And then it's like, you know, like let's just add some nice captions along the way, you know, like let's caption it. So like, you know, like you want captions, and it adds more value to the overall story. So better establishing shots would have been better here. When we get inside the city here, like we kind of would want like you want to split this in two, and you want this one to really be maybe like something street level. You know, and we have our cars, and we have, you know, 1 point perspective, but we kind of want that, you know, and background wise, again, like we're just going to use color to separate, but we want another city in the horizon. And you can still use the same word balloons, but you see here, like they shift to it's like a car dealership. So we all know we're there. And then these guys are in the ocean. So what do we need for like the ocean? Well, you may need two other panels. You may need one long, you know, like ocean bed, and these guys are like floating, and we have the drill here, okay? But they're floating, and you know, we see their like umbilical cords going up. And then maybe here we get, it's like a close-up of one of the divers. So again, we're using the same word balloons. We're using like 1, 2 here, and then you said, I said right here. So like we're establishing, and you know, good color tone here, but we're establishing what the shift is. Girl back on the beach, okay, like you get away with that. But then really, like when we're underwater, we don't know. And then some of the tones here, as well colored as this is, the tonality of here, or just the color selection, it blends too well into what's under the ocean bed. So we really don't know. And then like we're back in the city and we don't know. And then we're back in the city and we don't know. And then we're on the ocean floor because they crack the portal or whatever. They release this dude. He kills everything, right? Like I guess like death gets released. And makes his way out. And we just don't, again, like we need a better shot here. And then we actually go into, I really just realized this as I was recording, but we get into another character, and then this character comes out to stop our bad guy. Like he's kind of like a cross-dresser, really. So establishing shots is absolutely critical. And we don't have that here. And this is where, like, as a publisher, you have to come in and be like, hey, we love what you're doing. We think it's great. I think it's great. But we got to reel it back a little. And we either have to start adding pages, or you're going to have to rework a little bit of what you've already submitted, because we're trying to tell a story here. And, you know, that's going to be satisfactory. That's going to help us make a good product. I hate to say it. Long run disappointment of these two. right? Kevin Eastman, Simon Bisley, disappoint more than not. We will get into Melting Pot, trust me, and then we will get into the TMNT one for sure. Okay, I get it. You know, there's a little bit more on the successful side with the collab, but as of right now, I'm not convinced that these two guys can collaborate and produce something. I'm just not.